all that out.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Lane Power, and I work as a filmmaker. There's different titles. People call it videographer or shooter, editor, different things. I made up my own title.
How long have you been doing it for?
So I've been shooting probably about 15 years, maybe 16. But there's a fuzzy line there between when it was a hobby and when it became professional.
Awesome. So what do you usually shoot?
I do a lot of corporate stuff, so video for businesses that want marketing content.
Nice. Oh, any like athletes?
Yeah, and I started in action sports. I started shooting snowboarding, and I shot moto and different things like that.
Awesome.
So action sports things come around from time to time, although it's harder to get paid in that realm.
Right. So have you used GoPros in any of those filming projects?
Yeah, we use them all the time.
All the time?
GoPros changed, TV, they changed media.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you have this thing that's this big that can fit, anywhere you want it. And that was something that you just couldn't do before. Even if the quality, even if the resolution is lower, that doesn't matter because you have this angle that you couldn't have had. Mm-hmm. So we're able to look past the resolution limitations. And that's going back to the early days of GoPro, and now it's like the resolution on them is great.
So if you think it's enhance it by like that aspect of being able to get the athlete's point of view on everything, why do you think their market has declined so much?
Well, I'm looking at it from the professional side, and that's not where GoPro makes its money. GoPro makes its money on the consumer side, which is, just a tricky market, I think. They made such a good product that a GoPro that we bought 4 years ago still works and looks good to the average person. Mm-hmm. So why would you go out and buy the new GoPro with all the new features?
Right.
I think. I don't know that that's for sure what's going on, but I've heard that in circles that they just kind of made too good of a product, and that because of that they're having trouble selling new ones to existing clients, which personally I think sucks. I think that I wish that more products that we bought were long-term products and not throwaway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have to continually update and upgrade. Do you know of any other companies that have like something similar, like knockoffs? Have you used any of those?
I actually haven't used any of the knockoffs. I've seen them. I even knew some friends that were starting a knockoff company, and they basically bought the GoPro technology out of China. It was like the company that's making the same exact GoPro design just would sell them their thing with a branded logo on it. So at that point, it's all just branding being the differences between them. And no, I haven't used any of them. There's like some 360 cameras that are coming out, and that'll go into like augmented reality or virtual reality and all that stuff. But I haven't used any of those. I've seen some of this stuff. I think we're still kind of early on because of you need a lot more storage, a lot more media or data storage to run a 360 camera. So there's still like the quality on them still a little lower than what I would use commercially. And personally, I don't really use stuff like that because I do it for work. So I don't want to do it when I'm off.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Do you think the GoPro has affected the visual experience of sports?
Yeah, absolutely. They've, now as an outsider, you can look inside and you can see what someone experiences. Maybe, take it from my background, snowboarding. You can see what the most extreme athletes on earth, some of the best riders on earth, you can see what they're experiencing. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, not just that, you can see all sorts of different angles, just stuff that even like at the time as an outdoor person or as an athlete or something like that you didn't get to process at the time because you're busy trying to stay alive. And then you get to go back later and watch it or see what happened, or there's evidence, or when something goes wrong, you get to see it, or something funny happens that was captured. So they've changed the world.
Yeah.
But in conjunction with the iPhone, it's hard to like say which was which,
Do you think it's affected like negatively or actually helped filmers' careers? Because now everybody kind of has the opportunity to just film themselves and put it on social media instead of hiring someone like you to film them?
Everything's going cheaper and faster and lower resolution, or like just just lower production quality. And that's not GoPro or point of view cameras. That's everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I hear a lot of filmers that complain about this exact problem. These are guys with $120,000 in one camera bag. That's what it costs. Their equipment costs for them, to go on jobs, and they're used to charging a lot of money, and now they're like having trouble making enough to justify that big of a payment on camera gear. And it's kind of like one of those things. I look at it like, if I go out of business because of point of view cameras, like, shame on me, because I'm the one that chose to go into this industry.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely more stable industries than visual storytelling or whatever. Right now, there's way more stable industries. Like, we know that technology is going to mess with our career, and we've known that since I got into it, 15 or 16 years ago. It's just like, but at the same time of like knowing that it's a tumultuous industry, I'm excited for that next new thing that's going to come out just like everyone else.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of like doing your best to look towards the future and work in realms that can't be affected by technology. So, I mean, yes, it's affecting everyone in a negative way. I mean, who's to say? I don't know.
Yeah.
Ask me in 10 years.
Okay, I will. I'll call you. All right, let's see. Last question. Do you think GoPros have made athletes do more extreme and dangerous actions for the footage?
I think that GoPros have probably encouraged non-professionals to do some pretty stupid stuff.
True.
Yeah. I
Everybody.
mean, and again, I don't know where I would draw the line. I mean, it's like, that's like blaming, the old MTV series, like Jackass, or blaming those guys for the stunts they were pulling. It's like, I mean, you can't blame them for what dumb kids do, even if the dumb kids got the idea from the show.
Right.
So, no, I don't think, it's like, I guess maybe, yeah, they have, but then at the same time, I don't put any blame on
the company. Like
or it's not like, okay, no more cameras because some idiots are going to do idiotic things. I mean, pretty sure idiots can find ways to do dumb things no matter
without it being on film.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, I think that's all I've got here. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Anything else you would add about the visual anthropology and GoPro filming or sports impacting it?
In regards to GoPros with affecting.
Yeah. Or like how maybe the visual anthropology of sports has changed, whether it's snowboarding or moto or whatever.
I mean, I think that the point of view cameras are a great thing because it's giving us new insight, new visions into the real world. That's part of my interest in filming, and that's part of my interest in filmmaking is your storytelling with.
It's still working. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're storytelling with real images, so it's kind of a version of truth, which then gets modified in editing. I don't know if it stays true or not, but it's giving us, new insight that we've never had before, and I think that's great.
Yeah, for sure.
That's in a bigger picture. That's a really cool thing.
Awesome. Okay.
Cool.
The end.
And now work on my Bronco.